Konnichiwa! Hello everyone, Running Otaku here with the next edition of Test That Device. Behind me, with the magic of green screen, we've got the Great Telecom Bridge here in Portland. Anyways, for today we are testing the same three devices we tested last time, but on a different course. Last week was the Mount Tabor Forest Trail, lots of trees, undulating courses, challenging terrain. In that trial, the Stryd foot pod, this is the thing you attach to your shoelaces, came out on top. Second place was the Apple Watch, and then third was the Garmin 235. So that was last time. This time we meaning me, because I'm the only one here, tested the same three devices but on a totally different track. This time was the Springwater Corridor here in Portland. It's a 20-mile bike path, but I focused on just one segment of it, from the 1 mile post to the 2.5 mile post. So that's 1.5 miles, but being the otaku that I am, I measured it, and it was actually 1.492 miles. So I used that as the basis for the test. The course is flat, paved, no interruptions, just some slight turns, nothing sharp. Open skies, so ideal conditions. I use it because I want to simulate the type of terrain you might be running if you're doing a race or interval or tempo type workouts. And so with the three devices tested, let's get to the results now. First place was, drum rolling, I forgot which one it was. Yes, it was the Garmin 235 with an amazing 99.63% accuracy. In terms of error, that's just 20 feet per mile, or for my metric friends, 4 meters per kilometer. So truly outstanding. The standard deviation was good at 0.008 miles, meaning that this device is precise as well. So the results didn't vary much from test to test. As you can see here in the chart, all those dots are bunched up around 2 or 3 numbers. So this went from worst to first. It was a big surprise to me, but I'm glad to see it. I use the 235 a lot, and I'm happy to find out that it is indeed accurate for those kinds of tempo workouts. So let's move on to second place. Can you guess what it was? Apple Watch, Stryd, Apple Watch, Stryd. The winner was... second place was... the Stryd foot pod. This one came in at a very respectable 98.89% accuracy. So in terms of a mile, that's just 59 foot error. And in terms of meters, it's only 11 meters per kilometer error. And the precision was amazing again, 0.006. So super precise, much better than the other two last week and again this week. And what's really interesting about this is I tried extra hard to throw the foot pod off this week. In fact, when I ran these 10 trials, I varied my pace considerably from a slow pace of, what did I do here? Let's see, 8:40 a mile, which is 5:23 a kilometer, to something pretty close to my 5K race pace, which is 6:22 a mile or 3.57 kilometers. And what I found was I actually did 2 trials at that fast pace, and both of them were slightly over 1% error. So I have some evidence that if you run much, much faster than you did when you calibrated your Stryd, if you decide to go ahead and calibrate the Stryd, there could be a bit of an error. But again, let's keep in mind, folks, I'm splitting hairs here. Even when I ran those kind of extreme paces, it was almost 99% accurate, so that's going to be more than good enough. Human error is going to be higher than that if you're really trying to adhere to a very strict kind of range of pace. So super happy with the Stryd. I would have no qualms whatsoever recommending the Garmin 235 or the Stryd for any kind of road race, tempo or interval workouts. They're both going to serve you really well. So, of course, that leaves the Apple Watch 3 here, third place, with a slightly disappointing 97.75% accuracy. That equates to 119 feet per mile or 23 meters a kilometer. So not great. In fact, if you are running with it, let's say at 7:30 pace, and you want to be pretty precise, this watch is going to be off probably at least 10 seconds or more a mile, maybe even close to 10 seconds a kilometer. And that could really overcook you in a marathon if you're trying to run, let's say, at threshold, but you don't want to consistently be 10 seconds over that pace. So if you're doing slow runs, easy runs, runs where you're just not concerned that much about the accuracy, then of course the Apple Watch 3 is good enough. But if you are hyper concerned and want to be within 5, 6, 7 seconds of pace, and you want to have very high confidence in your watch, I can't recommend the Apple Watch 3 for those situations. Okay, so let's go to the summary graph here, just reviewing the numbers in a slightly different format. The dots represent the averages for each of these 3 devices, and the width of these bars represent the precision. So the narrower the band, the more precise. You can see here the Stryd, again, has the narrowest band, so it's always going to stay, at least let's say 95% of the time, your results are going to stay, within that band there. So that's really good. So there you have it. From worst to first, the Garmin 235, super steady, super reliable Stryd. And the somewhat questionable Apple Watch 3, I still don't know how it was so accurate on the Mount Tabor loop. Maybe it has something to do with the volcano again. I don't know. But in this case, which I think is probably more representative of its overall performance, slightly disappointing. So next week, we're going to do what's going to be, I think, my favorite, which is the Otaku Loop. I haven't measured it yet. I will after I actually run with the devices, so I can be kind of blind when I test them. But it will be approximately a 10K loop that goes through downtown Portland with whatever tall buildings we can find here. It will go under freeway overpasses. It will go across bridges. It will go on single track trails, and it will even go through a little bit of suburbia. So really looking forward to running that and seeing what the results are. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And if I can ask you, please, please, please subscribe to my channel. In the show notes here, there, I'm not sure where they are on the screen, but they're usually below the video. Anyways, in the show notes, I will have a link to this blog post, and it will have all the data in TCX format if you want to download and see the results for yourself. So that's it. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.